This week's approaching winter weather, everybody's talking about it, set to bring a mixed bag of precipitation to central Ohio. Even just a few degrees could make the difference between rain, ice, or snow. Caroline Cohen is breaking down the types of precipitation we'll likely see.
Now, when it comes to precipitation in this mixed bag, we're going to be talking about 4 types. The first is rain. Pretty simple. Those snowflakes meet a warm layer and that extends to the ground. Therefore, we see all rain. Let's make it a little bit harder in today's science lesson. We have cold air aloft, a warm layer, and then more cold air. This is what happens when we get freezing rain. So we have that melting, and then anything that melt meets at the surface, that's at or below zero, refreezes on contact. When we get freezing rain, you know it starts to freeze your sidewalks, the roads. That creates that light glaze. It could be dangerous, slick, and slippery. Sleet. Partially melted snowflakes. Again, we start with our cold air, we meet a warm layer, we melt. That's where we get the partially melted here. But then there's a cold layer that extends down to the surface, and that allows a refreeze to happen, which gives us our sleet. Snow, pretty much the opposite of what you get with rain. We're starting cold, we stay cold all the way down to the ground here, and those snowflakes stay intact, thus giving us the good opportunity to build some snowmen. Now, when we talk about ice, there are some pretty big impacts going on. So the first is going to be tree limbs. When that ice accumulates on trees, those limbs become heavy, they often break, they snap off, and they could take down power lines. The other thing to be aware of, your homes, your sidewalks, your roadways, that thin glaze layer, that creates those slick and slippery conditions. Also important to note that your sidewalks, steps up to your home, those can also become hazardous. Of course, we'll continue to update you on the system as we get a bit closer.